And local trade remains pressured after yesterday's sessions. The JSE reduced earlier gains yesterday as investors mull the latest commentary on monetary policy from the Federal Reserve Chairperson Jerome Powell. The Chief Investment Officer and founder at Makwe Fund Managers is Makwe Masilela, joining me now for a quick markets update. Mr. Masilela, thank you very much for your time. Let's start with that overview of how the local markets are looking so far in early trade and the elements likely to influence trade.
Markets continue to remain on the edge, and that's after we got those comments, coming from the major central bankers that the guys reaffirmed their stance that they'll continue to increase interest rates in order to fight inflation. And also markets are looking ahead to tomorrow's numbers that are coming out of China, that is the PMI, because we expect to see or get to shed more light when it comes to this uneven recovery when it comes to the economy, and also looking forward to the personal consumption expenditure numbers from the U.S. That happens to be the U.S. Fed preferred gauge of inflation.
Let's talk the Reserve Bank. It says it plans to keep the monetary policy tight for a longer time in order to tame the persistent inflation, even though inflation does appear to be slowing. Make sense of these comments from the Reserve Bank governor for us.
I think what we're experiencing now is more of a disinflation, meaning prices are still going up, but at a slower pace. So it does not mean that prices are going down. And as we have seen, especially this week, that we've got other global central bankers who are also saying, guys, we need to continue to fight this inflation. And so far, what we have at hand is to use interest rates. Hence, markets start to expect that interest rates in the U.S., as much as they've paused in June, definitely come July, they'll have to increase. The likes of the European Central Bank are also adamant, the Bank of England. I'm mentioning that to say to you that we also have to continue to increase so that we maintain that interest rate differential when it comes to the rand and other currencies. So it only makes sense that we will continue to see our inflation being elevated, and at the same time to say that our interest rates will stay higher for longer.
Let's talk company news. Alexander Forbes releasing its annual financial statements for the year which ended on the 31st of March 2023. How have they fared in the period under review?
A resilient performance, we must say, given the challenging environment, and we've seen their revenue growing stronger, all because they've managed to win some of the new business, and also the guys have managed to implement some of the new strategies. And also when you look into the operating income, it has been up nicely, almost 8%, and we've seen that new businesses that they acquired, remember they acquired some of the businesses from Salam, some from the Bidvest Wealth, so that also contributed, but also their operating income has been lifted by the retirement business and also the healthcare business. And you look into the performance of the investments and the individual consulting services, they continue to grow in line with their assets. And then as well, if you look into their assets under administration and also assets under management, managed to grow up by 4%, and the expenses up 8%, and that talks to capacity that had to be increased and also inflationary pressures. And their profit and headline earnings per share, especially from continuing operations, up 22%, and their dividends up 25%.
Let's conclude the conversation with Pick n Pay, which says it plans to beef up its meat offering with the 340 million rand acquisition of Wellington's Thomas. Talk us through that acquisition, Ndade Masilela, and what it means for Pick n Pay's product offering.
The guys have been supplying Pick n Pay and other guys. Hence, it's very critical that it goes through the Competition Commission for approval. And what will help Pick n Pay is that the guys will have a centralized place to be able to package all the stuff. And also, when you look into the new strategies, Pick n Pay, because they've got a new model when it comes to smaller stores or reaching out to the lower LSM, at least the guys will be guaranteed good quality meat, as the guys have been supplying them before. And as we know that, yes, they're looking to give them an upfront cash consideration of almost 323 million, and the other 17 million should be coming in the next 3 years or so. But we hope that if they manage to acquire that, Pick n Pay itself will continue to make extra money because they'll continue to supply other guys that the very same abattoir has been supplying before.
Makwe Masilela is Chief Investment Officer at Makwe Fund Managers. Let me thank you very much for that markets update.